Hey guys, what is up? Sleeping Knight 77, aka Kyle, and welcome to my trick room. Today, we are here with week 1 of the Pokemon for Glory against John, aka PokeMEN, and New Orleans Pelippers. Now, the thing is, John went away on vacation the week we were supposed to have the battle, and I am on vacation right now when we had the battle. So, it was kind of a series of unfortunate events getting this thing scheduled, but we did get it scheduled, and as you can see, it did happen. It is in front of you, and we are going to just go through it. As you can see, my team is Meloetta, Alolan Muck, Xurkitree, Tapu Fini, Kyurem, and Necrozma. He is bringing Rotom C, Nidoqueen, Gastrodon, Metagross, Manaphy, and Guzzlord. He's bringing 2 of his Z users, and I am bringing 2 of my Z users. So kind of a little mind game going on there, but we're just going to hop right into this and see what happens. So, John is issuing a challenge. I was very nervous for this match, mainly because it's John, is PokeMEN. He's a very good battler in his own right. He leads with Rotom Cut. I lead with Meloetta. I was Scarf Meloetta, so I hit this Psychic. It does the Rotom C, big damage. He Volt Switches. I do find out later that this Rotom C is Scarfed, so he knew I was Scarfed right there and went right into the one thing I can't hit with Psychic, which is Guzzlord. Now, I knew the Guzzlord was going to be a big problem for me, and I also did know it gets Sludge Wave, but I made this Tapu Fini kind of especially bulky, so it would be able to take anything it offered. I mean, that's still a decent chunk of damage, but it's not anywhere near what it could have been had I not invested it in special defense. So he does withdraw. He does send out his Gastrodon here, and I just Nature's Madness. Do about half do it. He did EV correctly, so obviously it did less than half, but you know, whatever, give or take. I withdraw because I can't hit it with anything else. I don't want to risk hitting it with a Moonblast, seeing what it's going to do. So I just go out into Necrozma here. He recovers, and it's back at full. So we're pretty much back to square one. With everything that's going on. He sends out his Guzzlord again, and I went for Psychic. Stupidly, I should have scouted, gone for Calm Mind or something, but instead now I'm forced to switch out into Little Yachty, my Alolan Muck. Now he just Dark Pulses. That does nothing. Muck special bulk is very good, and its HP kind of backs it up a little bit. I knock off because I wanted to knock off whatever this thing had, or maybe if I got it on a switch, but I do get him to reveal that he is Earthquake, and it does pop my berry. He must have gotten a high roll there, because I went for Gunk Shot here, expecting it to do a decent chunk of damage, but I missed the Gunk Shot. He does go for Earthquake. I heal up 50% of what I had, and it doesn't bring me down to less than 50%. So I shouldn't have withdrawn here into Meloetta, but instead I go for another Gunk Shot. I actually hit this time, and it does nothing. It actually does nothing. So, he does reveal Black Sludge. So this Nidoqueen is very bulky. I do go into Meloetta here. He does go for the Stealth Rock, and what I should have done was click. I go for a prediction here. I predict him to just do what he's been doing the entire time and go into Guzzlord, but he doesn't. He goes into Metagross, and I went for Dazzling Gleam, and he knows I'm Scarfed, so he knows that I am kind of trapped into this at the moment, so I do need to withdraw, and he does have Pursuit on the Metagross. It brings me down to 5, it doesn't kill me, but it also means that I cannot come in again. So I was actually just gonna sack Muck here anyway. So in the end, it does what it needs to, I guess, and it also lets me get in something for free. That something is Paris, my Tapu Fini, because I just wanted to do damage to this thing, hit it with a Nature's Madness, and see where it went from there. But he does withdraw, and he does go into Rotom Cut, and I Nature's Madness, and it does absolutely 0, because Nature's Madness always does half. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, man, he's playing me like a fiddle. I'm on a cruising to get 6-0'd right here. I do have to withdraw. I do predict Scarf. I do think he's just gonna Volt Switch out, so I just sack my Meloetta, and I scout what he's gonna do. He does Volt Switch, so I know he's Volt Switching next turn, and I do send out my Kyurem right here, which unfortunately does take a lot to rocks. I kind of have to predict what he's going for here. I know he's going to Volt Switch out, so I do go for an Earth Power, and he does go into Metagross, but I'm going to find out here that he is AV, because this Earth Power does absolutely nothing like it should do to a Metagross. Like, look at that damage is disgusting. So it's again at this point that I'm thinking I'm going to get 6-0'd, but I need to do damage to this Metagross. Just more and more damage. He's gonna Meteor Mash me, and that's completely fine. Kyurem did its job. He does have Bullet Punch, so living on 1 doesn't matter. And down goes my Kyurem, and I'm able to send out my Necrozma right here. And after seeing the damage that it did, I did kind of know it was AV, but I also know that Necrozma has a better, and not really better, but it was a +1, because it has base 130. I think Necrozma only goes up to base 128. Special attack, he does Meteor Mash me, and I'm going to show my defensive bulk and leftovers recovery right there, and I do reveal Dark Pulse here. And I do take out this Metagross. So, it's not a 6-0. We're on the comeback. Things still are not looking good for us. And he's going to send out his Rotom Cut right here. And this is where I find out that it's Scarfed. Because he tricks me. And he tricks me his Scarf. And I went for Psychic. Now, if I go for Dark Pulse here, I don't really know what his play is, but now that he knows that I'm Scarfed into Psychic, he goes into Guzzlord 10 out of 10 times. So there it is, sends out Shaq, the Guzzlord, and I have to switch out because I can't hit it, and I go into Tapu Fini, and he goes for Sludge Wave, I believe. As I do set up the Misty Surge. Now it's kind of at this point that I realize that Xurkitree is my win con, because it's Z Hypnosis, and if it hits Hypnosis I can pretty much sweep his team at this point. He does withdraw here, and I elected to Moonblast as opposed to Nature's Madness, and it does a little bit more than 25%, which I'm happy with. And I decided to go for Nature's Madness here because I thought he was going to recover, and Nature's Madness misses because I'm a bad player. So, Gunk Shot miss, Nature's Madness miss. He kills me with Sludge Wave with Gastrodon. I'm kind of forced to go into Necrozma here and Dark Pulse because Z Hypnosis would obviously fail under Misty Terrain because I couldn't put the opponent to sleep, so I'm forced to go for Dark Pulses here as he sends out his Guzzlord, and I am just looking to stall here. Maybe get a few flinches along the way. It's doing decent enough damage. That was a crit, obviously. Dark Pulse takes me down to 18. But I do get a few lucky flinches here. That's flinch number 1 right there, as it takes it down below half. And I Dark Pulse again, take it down to a little more than a quarter. And it flinches again, and I Dark Pulse here. I don't get a third flinch, he does Dark Pulse, and take me out. So at this point, it's Xurkitree versus the world. He gets the Beast Boost. He Beast Boosts his special attack, which I thought, thank God, because if I miss Hypnosis, Earthquake, there's a very good chance of taking me out at +1. It has a decent chance of taking me out right here, but I do go for the Z Hypnosis because I have to, because it's my win con. So it boosted speed, and Hypnosis hits. Hypnosis hits. The Guzzlord is asleep, and we are in business. And I have to go for Tail Glow here. Luckily he withdrew, and he goes into Gastrodon. So I Tail Glow, I go up to +3. And I do have Thunderbolt and Energy Ball. I go for the Energy Ball. I do see that it is Rindo Berry, but it is still ×2 effective, and it is +3, so that is easily going to take out the Gastrodon. That raises me up to +4. He sends out his Nidoqueen here. I have to Energy Ball, because again, my other option is Thunderbolt, and it does kill the Nidoqueen in one shot. That brings me up to +5. He sends out Manaphy here. I Thunderbolt it. He does reveal Wakan Berry, but again I am +5. Base 173 special attack. It's not living. And that brings me up to +6. And now it's Xurkitree versus Guzzlord, UB versus UB, and unfortunately for him, Guzzlord is asleep. I am at +6. I Thunderbolt, and I take out the Guzzlord for a narrow 1-0 victory over John, aka PokeMEN, and the New Orleans Pelippers. Now, that was a very good battle. A few things I know I could have done differently. I could have prepped a little bit better. I did prep a little bit more for Mienshao than I probably should have, but as these matches go on, I think that I will prep better for the style of competition that I am playing. But with that, guys, John's links will be in the description down below if you guys do want to watch his battle, his side of the battle. He's a very good battler in his own right, so I am very happy to start off 1-0 against the runner-up of P4G last season. It is a big win, and it is a big statement win for me. So again, guys, his links will be in the description down below. The P4G links will be in the description down below as well. If you guys would appreciate, I would appreciate if you guys did leave a like on this video, and if you'd like to leave a comment, that is cool as well. But until next time, guys, I am Sleepy Knight 77, and I'm going to go to sleep. Good night.